Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Today is Monday, April 5, 6. It's the day after Easter. And we are going to smoke some of this. GLP's Regents Flake. It is a generous measure of Izmir, mature red and sweet bright Virginias, and pressed, and then I don't know what else is added to it, but we got this the other day when we got our Palmetto Balkan and our 3 other blenders that we got to do another blending series on. The jar note, now that it's had time to air out a little bit, breathe a little bit. Flavors, it just developed a little bit more. Some have kind of shifted from the original to what they are now, and some have become a little more pronounced. So I do got a lot of buttery. Sorry, it's Fast and Furious out there, if you guys can hear that. Very strong, like buttery pastry note, not the pastry, the dough, the cooked pastry itself, but when you're making the dough, like if you're making like a phyllo dough and you mix like butter in between the layers and the smell of it, got that. And then there's some fruit in there. It's I get like raisin and fig, and then I had my youngest son smell it last night, and he also was like, yeah, it's like raisin and fig, and there was another one he said, but pretty much the same as what I was smelling. It was a flake, solid flake. Now it's kind of chunked up a little bit from rolling around in here. Moisture seems pretty good, so let's go to tobacco view, and we're going to rub a little bit out. We're going to rub some out. Let's take that, and let's take that. Let's take that. That should be enough for a test, for a taster. All right, tobacco view. If you guys see anything illegal, you just pretend you didn't see it. Now, in order for me to do this, I have to kind of get in the way, so I'll show you guys how I rub stuff out. Just kind of roll it into a little ball with my hand, like so. Okay. Just kind of squeeze it and press it together. And then I just take my hands and I just rub it together in a circular motion, small circle, with a good amount of pressure until I feel that there's an actual ball in the center, and then I know it's finally shredded, and I can just let it drop. And then it turns into ribbon. That's pretty much the consistency of like cigarette ribbon. My hand smells absolutely delicious. And we're going to use the good old reliable Missouri Meerschaum Ozark. The Rob Roy, the bent version of it. It's a great pipe, good tasting profile. It's only ghosted with smoke, and it's got a nice small chamber to keep the Virginias together. So, all right, let's take see if I can do this again without getting in the way. Drop some in there. And what I have learned over these last, I don't know, month, 2 months with the Blendma series is that when I'm tasting stuff, and just in general, when I'm packing my bowl, I'm not packing my bowl, so to speak, unless it's in English. I'm just dropping my stuff in and just kind of pushing it all into the bowl. And you always rub out a little too much, you know. You're just pushing it in there. You're not packing it down. And that's what we're left with right there. So we're just going to put that back in the thing. And I know some of you are going to freak out right now. Oh my God, he's took it out and he's putting it back in. The horror, the humanity, sacrilege. No, we do that here on this channel. I am that guy. Okay. Let's come back to awesome view here. Right about now. The Funk Soul Brother. Let's see. Yep, that's good. All right. Okay. Cornell and Deal. GLP Regents Flake. In the Missouri Meerschaum Ozark. The bent version, the Rob Roy. Let's get to it. See what we can see. Smells really good, so I'm hoping it tastes really good. Oop. Some good buttery notes right off the bat. I just got the other day, I ordered Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. I ordered a pipe insert for the Zippo that I got for Christmas, and game changer. But it takes a minute to figure out how to use it because it does operate slightly different than the standard insert, where the standard insert, the flame will come out up to here, right? And then I just turn it, no big deal. Because the flame comes out the side, you kind of have to handle it a little differently. Yeah, I'm getting those buttery notes right off the top. It's not, I won't say it's creamy. It's not like creamy like heavy cream or milk or ice cream. Yeah, that buttery note is definitely there. That's one of the things I love about a good, like, aged or pressed Virginia blend is how it develops that buttery note. Like Peter Stokeby, Twist, and Bullseye, they both have a buttery note. Interestingly enough, it's probably the same thing, but Peter Stokeby's, hang on. Yeah, so Luxury Navy Flake. I don't have any that's fresh. I only have Twist and Bullseye. I was gifted some Luxury Navy Flake that is aged, and it's like well aged. It's dark, dry, on the dry side. And I understand when people describe the Worcestershire, the Wash Your Sister sauce, flavor or smell, I get that from that little bit that was sent to me. But little digression. I like a Virginia blend that's been pressed that has that buttery smell to it. That it's like I've described it once before. So let's say that you make a piece of toast. Okay, this white bread, you toast it. It's golden brown, and then you let it cool, room temperature, and then you take some room temperature or slightly cooler than room temperature butter, and you spread it over the toast. that smell and that taste that you get when you take a bite out of it, that's the butter taste that I'm talking about in here. It's like cold butter, but not cold butter, not frozen or refrigerated butter. It's like slightly below room temperature. So still a little firm, a little white or light, and less like moving towards the yellowish golden side as it starts to oxidize and warm up. That is the butter profile. The fig and fruit and stuff is hardest for me to detect in Virginia blends. It's just the way my palate is built. I could smell it in the jar, but after the flame, it's harder for me to detect. Doesn't mean I don't like the blends. We're going to shut up now and just smoke. Smidge of grass, hay. There is some sweetness there. Don't know what it is. I can't pinpoint it. It's probably just the natural sugars of the tobacco. The Izmir is playing very nice right now. It's like subdued. It's not taking a backseat. It's like see if I can give you guys a good picturesque explanation or description. Yeah. So the Izmir, it's not forward. It's not hogging the show, trying to steal the limelight. It's very balanced in there with the Virginias. Yeah, it's got a good butter. I mean, I feel like I'm all I'm talking about is that buttery note, but that aside from the tobacco flavor, right? That's predominantly what's coming through for me is that that creamy. It's not creamy like dairy, not creamy like milk. That creamy buttery note. I don't know what it is. Maybe somebody that watches this video, if you have far more experience than me, which is probably going to be everybody, if you can explain that, or if you're aware of what I'm tasting and you know what it is, drop it in the comments, do a VR, post it in the Discord server, wherever. But that's what's coming through. Okay, now the Izmir. Izmir is not trying to be all up front. It's not trying to be the front man or steal the show or anything like that. The Izmir is the male cheerleader that is throwing up the cheer girl and catching her and all that stuff, right? He's there. You can see him. You know what he's doing. He's an integral part of the show, but his role is a supporting character. He's providing a firm, solid foundation so that the cheerleader or the cheer girl, whatever her name is, whatever the nomenclature is, those girls can do their thing and be like, yay, rah, 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 whatever, you know. He's just there to catch them and make sure that they don't crack their heads on the ground. That's what Izmir is right here. It's providing a nice, firm, solid foundation, not getting in the way of anything, but he's also not being too deferent to the Virginias that are in here. Yeah, I'm satisfied with that explanation. Yeah, the Izmir smells really good with the it's not, there's no floral. It's not floral. This Izmir is not floral at all. This Izmir is tobacco, closer to the burley side, but not disgusting like burley. Ooh, a little too dry. Pardon. Pardon me. Tonight's accompaniment. Decaf, vanilla chocolate, cappuccino in the Mayan art mug, of course, with SF Van and some heavy cream. I like to wish some good health to Rambling Piper, Alistair. I hope your back heals up, starts feeling better sooner, and you can catch up on some sleep and ultimately get back to drinking coffee. Yeah, I'm well aware of back pains and how they can interrupt your whole schedule and just kind of put a damper on your life. So hopefully this is a get well soon, and hopefully everything gets back to your normal soon enough versus getting worse. And yeah, don't feel bad about the ramble. I mean, that's kind of the kind of the point of your whole channel name, right? This is the Rambling Piper. I mean, I'm here for it. Personally, I enjoy those longer pipe videos where it's just conversation. It's just, I did this in the garden today. We got a storm moving in. The dog did this. My wife said that. The kids this. The flowers are going to bloom. I went down to the beach. I fixed this pipe. I bought this pipe. I love this pipe. I don't like this pipe. I got some new tobacco. I can't get tobacco. Just things like that. So I can sit and enjoy a pipe and just listen to you tell your story and see how things are across the pond as a fellow pipe smoker. That's the cool part for me. I don't like, I've already gone through the whole mutton chop and Spurgeon Piper and Tom Smokes pipes and all that, the learning phase. I've already gone through all that. Now I'm in the sit back, chill, and enjoy the community and the camaraderie and the conversation and the conviviality. Thank you very much, Malcolm, for that word. That's the phase I'm in right now. Stay a while and listen. Yeah. So I hope everything gets better for you. I hope it goes extremely well. I hope you win the lottery and you make millions of dollars and you can buy back that 7-acre farm or maybe even a bigger farm, and you can grow, you can get meat hogs and goats and chickens and ducks and swans and whatever else you guys had and grow crops and stuff. Yeah. 100%, man. 100%. I'm here for it. 100%. Yeah. Regents Flake. So if you're new to my channel, my videos, this is kind of what we do. We just sit here, we try new things, we talk about a bunch of random shit. We do curse. That's never going to stop. We don't really do politics. We don't really do religion. Maybe the offhanded reference every now and then, just for funsies. We do we do on occasion get into some philosophical, not debates, but just posits and those kind of deep thoughts with Jack Handy kind of moments. But So my palate isn't as refined as some others. And it could be lack of experience. It could be time. It could be because I vape. It could be body chemistry. It could be, maybe it never will be. So you watch these other guys and they're like, they're picking out these random flavors and smells and stuff from these different blends. Like, I don't get any of that. I get the most prominent flavors that are present in a leaf or in a blend, or a blending component, and the nuance is all but lost on me. Every once in a while, I'll get like a fleeting glimpse of something, but I'm not getting it on every puff. I'm not getting it every other puff. I'm not even getting it every 10th puff. It is a rare occurrence. It's a unicorn. So when I sit here and describe a blend, I'm describing you what I taste, what's most prominent, the impressions and the pictures and the memories that it's bringing up in my mind. And I do the best that I can in a given situation. So this is what we do. This is how we taste things. And this is how we describe things. So if you enjoy that, then welcome to the show. Yeah. We have a hard time continuing to look at the camera so that we're looking at you versus looking at ourselves, right? Which we go back and forth. The closer we are to the camera, the weirder it looks. Because now I'm looking at you. Now I'm looking at a handsome version of me. Now I'm looking at you, handsome me, right? But if I'm far away like this, my face, this handsome guy, and the camera or the camera lens, they're like right next to each other. So it 6 of one, half dozen of another. So that's one of the things I struggle with. Yeah. So that buttery note, it's wearing off a little bit, or it's taking more of a backseat now to just the tobacco itself. Yeah, enjoyable blend so far. And it's kind of funny, because I started this whole thing like on the aromatic side, because that's what it was 10 or so years ago when I first started, and then stopped. And then I started transition. Like, one of the first blends I was given was a Virginia, was Orlick Golden Slice, and I fucking hated it. Thought it was terrible. Still don't think it's great. But then I discovered English blends, and I was like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Still love English blends. And then I wanted to try Burleys because, people talk about Burleys like they're the greatest thing since sliced bread. So I bought all these blenders and I tried Burleys and found out that Burleys are disgusting. And yeah, but through all that, like, I was sent tons of samples from friends on the Discord server, and I've tried all these different things. And what I've discovered is fucking Virginia blends, man. They are, man, they're good. You find a good one that's mixed, blended, aged properly, or has good quality components, that they're good. And I personally, and I know I'll get some hate for this, I do not put Orlick Golden Sliced into the good Virginia blend category. It is a vapor, yes. I do not put it into the good vapor category. To me, it's like the second biggest joke in the pipe tobacco sphere, you know. One day I'll do a video talking about the first biggest joke. Where are we at? 25 minutes? Yeah. So the blend is good. Regents Flake, it's good. I'd say it's on par, if not better than like 402, 403 Peter Stokkebye. Definitely better than Peterson's Flake, Peterson's University Flake, Orlick Golden Slice. What else? I think Peterson's Full Virginia Flake was the other one. Not as good as Escudo. Escudo is just, the jar note is great. And I've only had like 2 bowls of it, so there's my bias and inexperience showing right there for Escudo. Escudo, potato. However, I'm aging it, right? And I want to see how it changes over the next few months. I'll probably have 1 or 2 bowls a month just to see how it differs or how it changes. But the 10 note is absolutely wonderful. My all-time favorite Virginia blend is New Minster 400, number 400 Superior Flake. It's discontinued, obviously, when Sutliff went out of business, but that's Fruit Loops to me. And I have a little bit of it that was gifted to me, and I'm very appreciative of it, and I'm very miserly with it. Like, I have a half a bowl of it every now and again. And that's a very slow smoke. Yeah, I don't get any fruit. No fruit, no sweetness. Just a well-balanced, good friggin' smoke. Yeah. Yeah, the Izmir is good in this, man. I'm reading the back of the label. Yeah, it probably has something to do with this one is for the lover of Oriental mixtures with their exotic and enticing incense-like aroma and brilliant flavor. So I'm not getting incense, floral, exotic, any of that from this blend. Like I said, the Izmir is just, it's doing a great job holding everything up and permeating the blend and the smoke. It's not as close to the burley side as maybe some fresh, drier stuff would be. And I think that's because they pressed it and allowed it to mature in a more wet / moist environment. Because the blending Izmir that I have, it's drier than the flake, but it's not like crispy, but it is closer in flavor and smoke density to like a white burley. Yeah, it's good smoke. Actually, take that back. It's terrible. You shouldn't buy it at all. No, it's a good smoke. I want to encourage you guys to buy a tin and smoke it. I think it could be like an all-day smoke. It's burning very well. I mean, you see how thinly and finely I rubbed it out. It wasn't thick cut ribbon. It was closer to shag width and thickness ribbon. Maybe right around cigarette, a little finer than that. We didn't pack it in. We just dropped it in and pushed things into the bowl itself, but we did not pack it at all. And it's burning really well. But this pipe also smokes really well. So in a way, it's kind of cheating. I'm going to try, next bowl probably be in the Rossi to see how it does. But that is also cheating because the Rossi also smokes well, and it's my Aliens pipe. All right, what do we got? 3126. I guess we could do a quick recap of Ishtar yesterday. So we had some of my wife's friends come over. One of my wife's friends came over, her boyfriend and her kids. And for the last couple of years, we do our Easter celebration. We have an Easter egg hunt, right? But they're plastic eggs. We don't put candy inside of them. Instead, we put papers with a number written on it that correlates to an equal number of prizes that's laid out on the table. I was under the impression that we had, because there were 4 kids, I was under the impression that we had 120 prizes, okay? So 30 prizes per kid. Well, that at some point in time increased to 200 prizes, so 50 eggs / prizes per kid. So they came over, we ate, hung out, chatted for a little bit, and then we did the hunt. And we have 2 boys, she has 2 girls. So the boys and the girls, they found their eggs, and there's always 1 or 2 that don't get found every year, which is why we don't put candy in them, because we have dogs and we don't want the dogs to get and eat a piece of chocolate or whatever. And also this way is more fun. And so they got the eggs, we divvied them up, they separated their numbers and started the thing. And then it's basically whoever has number 1 gets to go pick first, and then number 2, and then number 3, and so on and so forth. You can't steal anything, but you can trade as much as you want. We usually buy like 2 to 4 of the same type of thing. That way, everyone realistically has an opportunity to get one. And then in previous years, we've had a limit to where if there was 4, you can only get 1 of. Well, this year we removed those restrictions, and we said if you want all 4, you can get all 4. If nobody's picking them, you can get them. The only restriction on that remains is on the mystery envelopes that we do, where there is money inside those. You cannot get more than 1 of those. Pack this a little firmer and see how it does. And so I think we did, I don't know. I know there was a 20 in one. I think there was a 10 in one, and I think the other 2 were 5s. And then it's just like, there's some candy, some girl products. Like we got some EOS lotion, and there was a Summer Friday that one of the girls went crazy over. She was like fanatic. I have to get number 1. I have to get this. I literally have one in my pocket right now. So it's fucking adorable. Everybody had a great time. My wife had a good time, and I unfortunately had too much of a good time, and I ate too many sugary things, too many things that are high in carbohydrates, and I had a New Glory gummy worms beer, and so my blood sugar had increased to it's not an unsafe level, but a level higher than what it should be. So I had to go lay down and recover from that. for a little bit. So I missed the majority of the prize thing, but whatever. This is not for me. It's for my wife. I could do with just doing nothing. So when I got up, everything was done and they were kind of starting to pack things up. So yeah, they packed up, did our hugs, and everybody bounced. And then my wife was like, I ate too much stuff today. And I was like, yeah, me too. And she was like, how are you doing? I was like, I'll be fine. I'll recover from this, blah, blah, blah. And, and then as kind of the night went on, I just kind of started feeling worse and worse. And so I decided to just take the day off from work, and I slept in. I didn't get up till 10. So very clearly I had overdid it yesterday. And I think, having like the bread and the chips would have been fine with the beer, or having the cookies and the cake with the beer, right? But not all of those things. So it was like, little pita things and dipping in hummus and like some Poulier's bread, or bread with like herbs and stuff baked into it. And then we slice it up and we dip it in an olive oil, balsamic vinaigrette mixture, and just eat that. And then cookies and, what are they called? Pecan bars and brownies. And then my wife made this thing that's called a refrigerator cake. Basically, the crust is like graham cracker, butter, and sweetened condensed milk. And then there's a layer of Kit Kat. Fucking Americans. And then there's a layer of Cool Whip. And then a layer of melted chocolate that gets hard. And then another layer of Cool Whip. And then another layer of melted chocolate. And yeah, I mean, it's really good, really good. And I had a piece that was probably like that big, like that. Way bigger than I should have had. Shouldn't have had any at all. I should have only just like smelled it, as I walked by. But yeah, just overdid it and just ended up feeling crappy. And my wife did too. And we're like, well, that's kind of a sign to moderate, to regulate, and to understand that there are limits, because we don't eat that way anymore. And so when we do eat that way now, it's going to have a heavier toll because we're not used to it. And yeah. So all in all, it was a good day. My wife had a good time. She got to see her friend, and the kids had a good time. So I'm happy, but I'm also happy that it's over with and it's a year away. The next one is actually no, because they'll be here for Thanksgiving. It's fine. It's good. I like Thanksgiving. We had some Palmetto Balkan the other night. I'm not going to do a video on that one because everybody's doing a video on it. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's a little salty. Odd. Juice was like, I get like tonic water, soda water, like flat, that flavor. So I was like, that's kind of weird. And so when I put that rib in my mouth and was chewing on it, and I was like, yeah, it's salty. And then I smoked a bowl. Later on, I was like, yeah, okay. To me, it tastes like something in here was processed with some type of salt water or similar. That's what it reminds me of. And the taste flavor that he was describing, I 100% picked up on. It's like like if you drink a bubbly or a Waterloo or a Polar that's flat, that sort of minerally salt taste that you get outside of whatever flavor is in it, that's what we were picking up on. It's good. I don't regret buying the tin at all, and I'm going to do a trade for some Rougarou with another guy from the server, and I'll probably ship him. We're gonna do an ounce for an ounce, so I'll probably ship that out to him later in the week or next weekend when I have time. If I have a time this week, oh my God! If I have time this week, I'll ship it out to him. If not, it'll be next weekend. God, Richard, what is wrong with you? Yeah. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Oh, no, we'll do that next time. Yeah. GLP Regents Flake. 8 out of 10. I recommend. Grab yourself a tin and try it. I think it's probably going to get a lot better with age because it's a Virginia, and I think the Izmir in it is only going to balance and blend and mesh and merge as time goes on. I don't see myself being able to age this very long because it's such an enjoyable smoke. So I think that I'm going to smoke it, and it's just going to age as a matter of course and not as a matter of fact. Yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for your time. 4 minutes and 42 seconds. Hope you guys had a good Easter weekend. Hope you got to see fam. Hope you had a lot of good food and good times and made some memories. Hope you got to smoke a bowl or two, maybe have a drink or two. And if you had to go to work today, I apologize, but I hope it was a good day. Hope tomorrow's an even better day. And hope you get a good night's sleep. And I hope that your back stops hurting and your legs don't hurt, and that you don't, completely destroy yourself putting your socks on in the morning, because I know all about that life. And yeah. All right. Have a good one, guys. Bye.